It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Quay Walker. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Texans and the Colts under the lights on Sunday night.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sense that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Pacheco. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. Purdy from the gun. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Colts are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, we both know there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it is what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Colts at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jameson Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups.
There he goes, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. Play action, now Purdy. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
With the lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. They go play action here. Purdy. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. KaVontae Turpin now from his end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Colts. DK Metcalf, 54 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And if they're stuck like that, it adds to the reputation as the league's best offense.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Houston set to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reek Rowland. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Raheem Mostert, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it is a 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it is capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Houston's offense taking over again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Sheds him off at the 45. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Isaiah Pacheco, 51 yards. And the Texans are back within a score.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now.
And off to the races, down the right side. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for Indy. 37 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. On first down, it's Purdy. He's got him in, complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards. On first down, Purdy. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Purdy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jalen Carter, that's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Trevor Lawrence, strong as ever, as his guys finished off the first half at 7-1. Next, we head out to check out another game, and they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, a pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Flushed out right. Right side to Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. A run with Mostert up the middle. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Jamison Williams with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
That 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Purdy now to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jalen Carter, his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far? It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching.
There he goes, right side. He's to the 15. Touchdown. Richie James, 81 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. But Jameson Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. The previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the out.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Purdy. Out left to Dotson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Purdy looking to throw. James got it. Complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A give right side for Pacheco. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back now here on EA Sports. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Mostert. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him now to this point. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Will Anderson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Jamal Agnew. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Texans. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they send a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. 4th quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, Mostert. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. That's complete downfield to James.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Purdy. That'll be caught by James.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now Purdy.
It's caught. Lockett. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And quickly, they get to the line.
Purdy off the play fake. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 6-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Texans.
Isaiah Pacheco.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. For the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here, escaping the pressure right.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll drop to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they?